Right, so I'm trying out a new format today, or a longer form video. I'm going to be driving to the gym, discussing my thoughts. Well, let me set up my mirrors and everything first. Basically today we are doing legs. It's not my favourite part of the week, not going to lie, especially because every Friday I do Bulgarian split squats, and I hate Bulgarian split squats, mate. Hopefully the audio isn't too bad. I'm just using my phone. I've kind of plunked it in like a cup holder for now. Oh, it's very warm today as well. Yeah, I'll put my phone in a cup holder for now. I don't have like a proper setup or anything. One thing that I primarily made this video to discuss with is the fact that I wanted to, give a bit more insight into how the day's going and what I'm doing for today. However, I'm still not at that point of confidence personally where I can go and record like a full workout at the gym kind of thing. I'm not really. I'm a bit too shy, if I'm being honest. Like, even though I might seem a bit confident-ish in some of the videos, from your perspective, I'm actually a bit of a nervous wreck sometimes in public, especially. But what's it called? What was I going to say? Yeah, so one thing I wanted to discuss is I never really explained the title of the channel, why the name Half of Jojo. So one of my friends actually who watches the channel, he brought up an interesting point yesterday, last night when we were talking. He was like, oh, where does the name come from? And I never really explained it to anyone. Basically, I'm not going to give out too much information for now, but essentially the name comes from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. If you've ever seen or read that, I'm basically just a fan of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and for those who don't know, every main character's nickname is JoJo, because basically their first name is like Jonathan Joestar, and there's another character called Joseph Joestar, and then there's a coach, Jotaro Kujo. That's still JoJo, even though he's not a Joestar, he's still related to them, kind of thing. I sound really nerdy, but that's what I like, and a lot of that kind of stuff actually kind of motivates me to go to the gym, because the characters in things like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, they look like Mr. Olympia, I swear, honestly, they all just look absolutely amazing. Even in basically the later chapters, a lot of the characters become less muscular, a bit more skinny, a bit more lean. So, but even then they still look really good, even then they're still like absolute goals. That's also another thing that I wanted to kind of discuss in some ways. Honestly, some of these cars. But yeah, that's another thing I kind of wanted to discuss with people. I'm big into like video games and anime, that kind of shit, right? And I really want a way to incorporate it into some of my videos and stuff. I really want to not only show off like the healthiness side of like the gym side, the fitness side, and improving my life, and hopefully maybe even eventually inspiring others to improve theirs. But I also really want to like discuss some of my hobbies and stuff that I'm into, and incorporate it into like gym stuff as well. One of my goals is to, if I ever get successful enough, is to get a lot of like these anime fans or these video game fans, a bit like myself, and inspire them to start taking their health a bit more seriously, And again, I've mentioned it in a lot of my old videos. people. If someone's quite overweight, I will kind of be a bit like, bro, you know, like, you should really start making some changes now, because it really doesn't end well. You know, I've been myself overweight for like, I want to say like 20 years now. I've had times where I've been bigger, I've had times where I've been smaller, but all in all, I've been overweight for quite a while, quite a bit of my life, so I know what it's like to have a lot of kind of health drawbacks and stuff. You know, I was pre-diabetic at one point, almost had diabetes, you know, that kind of thing. I was never able to do half the things that I can do now. You know, even doing a squat or something like that was like a fever dream, right? When I was at my heaviest, I couldn't squat, you know, I couldn't do half of the things I can do now. I'm still not that flexible, because I'm still overweight, still very much obese to some extent, not as much as I used to be, but definitely a few years ago I was a lot bigger. But yeah, my point is, I want to inspire people who are in similar situations to me to go out and make a difference in their life, go out and make healthier choices, and I'm not going to judge people for it, I don't do that, but I can kind of show concern or coerce people to make healthier decisions. And another thing, again, I'm not the kind of person who's like, oh, don't eat this, don't eat that, don't do this, don't do that, or don't eat bread because it's got all these ingredients or whatever. I don't care about all that, if I'm being honest. It really doesn't matter to me. Because like, if you look that far into anything, you know, anything's going to kill you. Like, you see so many posts online about, oh, don't eat bread, it's going to kill you, it has all this in it, stuff like that. It's not going to kill you, you know. Sure, if you eat too much of it, you get overweight, and you're gorging on things like bread, that can kill you, right? But if you just have like one slice of bread a day or whatever, bro, that's not going to do anything, is it? Let's be honest. Like, the most it's going to do is maybe make you shit better or something. You know, again, pardon my French. You know, that's another thing. I'm trying not to
fixed camera.
Use a lot of profanity and stuff like that, right? Because, hear me out, you know, I'm not against swearing. I am, in my personal life, I am actually quite well, vulgar, for the lack of a better word. You know, I swear a lot about everything. I try not to do it on here, not because I demonise it, not because I think, oh, I should set a better example or something. I'm just a bit like, I guess, conscious of what my audience so far thinks of it, because I don't know how it is, because a lot of my audience is quite mixed age, mix of sexes and stuff like that. You know, I have predominantly male, but I do have some a good percentage of female viewers, and you know, I have people between the ages of like 17 to like, I'm pretty sure even some of my viewers are like in their 50s, maybe even 40s, judged off the analytics that I've seen. But yeah, I don't know what my audience likes, and I don't know whether they'll appreciate it or not, so I try and tone it down a little bit. I'm sure most people don't really care too much, you know, they're all like, oh, we've heard it all before, but, you know, just in case, I'm trying not to do it too much, genuinely. But, I'm nearly halfway to the gym now. There's a little bit of traffic building up here. I'm actually a bit late. I'm meant to go at like 10 o'clock. It's now like 10 to 11. I meant to go a lot earlier, but I struggled getting out of bed this morning. I was quite tired. I didn't take any kind of pre-workout or any caffeine or anything today. I don't normally have pre-workout. I usually just have some form of caffeine, you know, an energy drink or something, which is, you know, it's okay. But, you know, sometimes it is probably good to go without the pre-workout, to go without the caffeine. And that's what I'm doing today. I'm going to see what my energy levels are like. There was something else I wanted to discuss as well, but for the life of me, I can't remember what it is. I'll get to it when it comes to my mind. at the moment I'm just here staring at these cars in front of me waiting to go. Oh right, yeah, so the other day one of the guys I'm subscribed to, and that's sub to me, it's the Feared Warrior, but he made a video where he mentioned the like imperatives of like having a goal in your life, you know, the importance of having something to strive for, something to keep you motivated, something to keep you going, you know. And I completely agree. You know, that's one thing I say, no matter how small the goal, even if it's literally something like, oh, getting out of bed 2 minutes earlier than you did the other day, and if you can complete those goals consistently, you will be feeling a lot better about yourself. You know, like with me, going to the gym has always been one of my goals for as long as I can remember, getting healthier. But I never found anything that really intrigued me until like started lifting weights and putting on muscle and stuff like that. So now that's a goal that I'm currently in the progress of completing, and I do feel a lot better about myself for when I make these small goals. When I make like, oh, go to the gym as like the goal, and then I've gone to my gym, that's my goal already completed. What's my goal now? To, I don't know, cut down to X amount of kilograms or something like that, you know, stuff like that. It is amazing. It really can do a lot for like the human psychology, just to have some sort of small goal in mind, you know. Genuinely, I think anyone out there who's watching this, if you're still watching, set yourself just the smallest goal, honestly, and persevere through with it. You will feel so much better having completed it, genuinely. Well, that's another game you can play. Bingo for how many times I've said genuinely. But for real though, you know, a lot of people, I feel like, have too big of a goal at a time. So I've just arrived now, just pulled up, the footage cut off, so I'm just gonna wrap it off by summing up the last couple minutes of the video, where basically I said that a lot of people, their goals are like way too grand at a time. You know, some people are like, oh, I must get my degree within XYZ amount of time to get a good job. You know, some people are, oh, I must get absolutely shredded, ripped by this time. And you know, for some people it works, but with me, if I give myself too much pressure, I fold. You know, I mess things up and I stop doing it because I feel rubbish. You know, I feel horrible. But yeah, that's my rant over about like the whole goals thing. If you want to check out Feared Warrior's channel, he does some great stuff, genuinely. He's quite a nice, positive guy. He mentioned me in one of his videos, and I was really appreciative of that. We've got a similar viewer base, we've got a similar subscriber count. He's got like maybe 50 more than me or something like that. But yeah, I just thought that was a good kind of discussion about goals that he talked about, and I thought that really resonated with me. But yeah, I'm at the gym now. I'm about to get out and walk up. Hopefully people like this. This is a new thing. I'm gonna try and keep like the editing and stuff to minimal. No fancy effects or anything like that. Just simply me talking. Maybe I'll cut out a few things that are long pauses and stuff like that, or yeah, just whatever. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you have made it all the way through and you're new, subscribe and stuff like that. I really appreciate it. And again, I will keep going, recording stuff. You know, this doesn't do well, then is what it is. Before I try new things, you're gonna keep going with the shorts and stuff like that. See where it goes. But yeah, thank you, and see you all later.